Hi, it's Mary Ellen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Before we get into the video, I just want to talk to you a little bit about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Therapy has been such a valuable part of my life over the years. It's helped me work through some challenges like the grief of losing my son and healing from my breakup last year. But honestly, one of the biggest ways that therapy has helped me is with the day-to-day feelings of being overwhelmed. I think we've all been there, feeling like we need to make big changes right away or feeling behind in life. I've definitely felt stuck at times, especially in the last few years. Therapy has been a place where I can untangle those pressures, figure out what's really important to me, and create a plan that's right for me. BetterHelp makes getting started with therapy so easy. It's completely online, so you can connect with a therapist right from the comfort of your own home. You just fill out a questionnaire and you'll be matched with a therapist, usually within a couple of days. Their network includes over 30,000 professionals, and if the first therapist that you match with isn't the right fit, you can switch to a different therapist at no extra cost. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or just ready to make a change on your own terms, BetterHelp can help you take that first step. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/planningwithbumble to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and now let's get to it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 easy planner spread ideas. I happen to use a happy planner, but if you use another type of planner, these can work as well. You can use one of these simple ideas to fall back on, whether you're a beginner or if you're just in a creative slump. I know that whenever I'm not feeling really creative, I can return to these kinds of spreads because they never fail to get me inspired again. Planning can sometimes feel really overwhelming, especially when you want your pages to look nice, but you don't know where to start. And that's why having a few reliable layout ideas in your back pocket can really make a difference. If you use one of these ideas once in a while, you can avoid spending hours trying to figure out what your next spread will be. So if this interests you, keep watching, and I'm going to pull out some of my old planners and talk about each idea. I forgot to mention that most of the spreads I'm showing you are vertical spreads. Some are classic happy planner like this one. I'm also going to show you some big happy planner ones. But even if you don't use a vertical planner, you could probably take some of these ideas and work them into your particular planner. Anyway, the first idea I have for you is to decorate the bottom of your spread. Sometimes when I'm stuck, I literally just put stickers all the way across the bottom, like a little scene. This one actually is a scene because we have these little houses. And then you really don't have to do as much on the top. You can see I added a little bit of washi tape in here and a few boxes here and there, and the rest is writing. So it's going to look cute no matter what, and it's really easy because you know exactly where your stickers are mainly going to go. As long as you match the colors, you're pretty much fine. Let me show you another example of that. Okay, here's another example. This one's in a big happy planner, and you can see most of the design is down here on the bottom with these flowers and the cats. And then I did do a little bit more on this one, okay? Like I overlapped some boxes. And I put in some washi tape lines, but even if you just kept it to this and some boxes, it would be really cute. The next idea I have is to take scrapbook paper and cover one whole section of your planner. Now this is only going to work if you're not super busy, because obviously you may need, this section, but you can see I added a couple of boxes there as well. Let me show you another example. These are from 2020, and this is when I used a lot of washi tape to go across the whole thing. I don't really do that anymore, but I just wanted to show you this part of it. So you can overlap your boxes onto the paper or put boxes on the paper or leave it completely blank. And as you can see, there's not too many stickers on here other than that. It really is the paper and then pulling some of the colors off of the paper to use little stickers throughout or use colored pens or pencils. So this was the start of it, and then I grabbed some sticker books and found those particular colors. So it was really easy to make this one. Another thing you can do is to create little sections with washi tape and stickers. I do this actually quite a bit without even thinking about it. So this one, you can see I took blocks of 2 here and here, and I put in the washi tape and then these tiger stickers and the flowers. So already you've got a lot of design on your page. And then you basically need to just throw in some boxes of that color, maybe a couple of little stickers here and there. You can see I used this big quote in this one. But you can literally just put in a couple of decorative boxes or something. It doesn't have to be a lot, and it's going to look great. as long as you pull some of the color throughout. And you can also do that with just pens. You don't really even need stickers. You can put box stickers in here or draw the boxes, but you can make sure the color goes all the way through by using the colored pens. Okay, I could only find one more example for now, but I know I do this a lot. But this is one from 2022, and I made these little areas with the squad girls and some trees. And like I said, when I do this, I almost always use washi tape with it. You don't have to. I think it just makes for a really cute look. Oh, I did find one more that I did in 2021, and you can see I just made areas of stickers here and here, and this time I used three boxes here and 4 boxes here. Again, if you're really busy, you're not going to be able to do that much, but especially if you use a big happy planner, you can usually at least, take a few blocks for some stickers. And I think this turned out really delicate and pretty, and I just love the way this looks. You can also write on the flowers. You don't have to leave it like this. I just did because I'm not a super busy person most of the time, so I can afford to do that. All right, let's move on. The next idea I have is you can make a rainbow spread. This happens to be from 2020. I don't do this all the time, obviously, but sometimes if I'm really in a slump, I think, oh, I haven't made a rainbow spread in a while. Why don't I make one? Now, this happens to be a pastel rainbow spread, but I'm using it to illustrate to you how easy a rainbow spread is. It does sometimes take a little time to make it, but it's easy because you can focus on each day. So for this day, I was looking for pink stickers only, and then orange stickers only, etc. So it kind of takes that color combining guessing work out of it because you already know exactly where the colors are going to go. And no matter what you do on each day, it's going to look cute because it's in color order. Sometimes I like to make lines with washi tape and put stickers on top of it. This is also another easy way to take up a lot of space decoratively without, worrying about the rest of the spread as much or figuring out how to combine things. So this time I just took 4 different washi tapes in the colors that I wanted for the spread and put some stickers right on top. I have another example here. This was a wine spread that I made, and I just took 1 piece of washi tape and put wine glasses and wine bottles here. And you can see that's basically my whole spread. All I did other than that is put boxes around and then wrote in it. Super easy. I just wanted to show you this real quick. This is just like the one that I decorated on the bottom, except I decorated on the top and I separated it with washi tape. You can always decorate in any of the areas. You can here, or here, like bottom, middle, or top, or alternate. But it was my birthday spread, so all I did was put balloons at the top. I didn't even write up there. Another easy thing you can do that I actually don't do this very often, but I think it's really fun, is designate colors for different sections on your page. It's sort of like when you do a rainbow spread because you know exactly where the colors are going to go. This time I used washi tape in between as well, just to designate it, but you don't have to do that. You could choose 3 colors, like 1 for each section. It really just does depend on what you want to do. But basically I just found the light blue stickers in different sticker books, and same thing with the pink. Some of them I got from the coloring sticker book and colored them in, but it's just easy to not be able to think as hard about it. And then I also took pens in these colors too and made stripes down here and confetti at the top just to bring the color all the way to the top and bottom. Using scrapbook paper can be such a good look because there's so many different ways you can use it. I know that that might not seem easy to you, but if you just take any kind of scrapbook paper that you really like and rip it or cut it into sections, you can place it anywhere on your spread and then build upon that. So you start out with this and then you find your stickers, or you find a sticker book that you really like and then you find your paper after that. It's totally up to you. I'm going to show you more examples of scrapbook paper, but before I do that, I do want to mention that the easiest thing you can do when you're in a slump is to pick 1 sticker book, especially if it's a Happy Planner sticker book, and just use that 1 sticker book for your spread. And honestly, I do that quite a bit. I don't always combine sticker books because especially if you're new to this, it can get really overwhelming very fast if you have a bunch of sticker books and you're trying to combine them. So if you just stick to the 1, it's going to coordinate, and then you just have to worry about placement and you don't necessarily have to worry about color. Anyway, let me find you some more scrapbook paper examples. Here's one where I took some scrapbook paper and instead of ripping it or cutting it straight across, I actually made little scallops in it and I glued it down and then I put my lists on there. And you combine that with some washi tape and some fun bright colors and it's gonna look really cute. I even took a big sticker here and layered it on top of it. So I think that turned out fun. Here's one where I used craft paper on the side and this side. I ripped it. This is a classic way to use scrapbook paper, and I have a whole video on that if you're interested. But basically, I ripped it, you put it in this corner and you kind of put it over here in this corner, and it just balances it out. And then I almost always put stickers on top of my scrapbook paper, but you don't have to. If it's a decorative paper, you could just stick it down and it's gonna look cute. A lot of the examples that I have are actually Patreon spreads that I did that I don't have anymore because the patrons have them. Let me just show you something that I do a lot. I take washi tape and I usually use a couple of different ones or layer it or something, and I'll put some here and I'll put some here, or I'll put some here and some here. And for some reason it creates like a little, I don't know, like a little shelf for your box stickers or your other stickers, and it just adds something to the page. Like I said, I used to put it all the way across all lines. I don't do that anymore. I think you can, of course, but I think it's a little bit washi heavy then. But if you just take it and put it here and here, it just adds something to your spread, in my opinion. Let me see if I can find other examples of that. I did it here too. You can see I didn't take it all the way across, but I ripped it on the edge and put it down in the same places, just not all the way across. Here's another example of kind of the same thing. You can see I tend to go here and here. I know that there's a lot more stickers on here, than just that, but it's a good starting point. Another really easy thing you can do is to take flowers or some other kind of stickers and put them in the middle. So basically you would take these together and you'd put the stickers across, and then you're just going to cut straight down and use a punch to punch out the holes. It adds like a fun touch to the middle of the page so that it's like not boring in the middle. And then, you don't have to do too much else. Obviously I added a couple of big things here, but if you add a couple of flowers like the same as in the middle through, in little different parts of it, and just put some box stickers down, it's going to look really cute. Here's another one. Obviously I didn't really use the spread that much, but I put stuff in the middle down here. So I haven't done this in a while. I used to do this quite a bit, but it's definitely a fun technique that you can try. For this one, please forgive the wine on my planner. If you know, you know. This was back in 2022, I think. One super easy way to create a planner spread is to use flower stickers in the corners. So these stickers came from, I think, Live Love Posh. She makes a bunch of stickers like this. So does 𝘏𝘗 𝘓𝑚 and some other brands as well. But you basically just put flowers in the corners, okay? And they come like this. They come, on the side and the corner stickers, but you can also cut it off, like put a regular flower cluster on there and cut around it. But it's really easy because once you have those down, you basically just have to find, boxes to match, and usually it's in the sticker book. And it always comes with a bunch of little floral clusters as well, almost always. And so I put these down, and then I put, a bunch of these throughout. And then I find some box stickers. You can see I do it a little bit here, but it just makes it easy as like a starting point to figure out what you're going to do with that spread. This is another example. Most of the examples I have of the flower ones are actually patron spreads, and I don't have them anymore. But you can see I kind of combined a couple of techniques in this one. So I have the flowers over here and here, and then I also have the washi tape with the stickers on top. So you can take definitely all these different techniques and, pick and choose and combine them if you want. One thing I almost always do in my planner when I'm feeling stuck, or if I don't have a lot of time, or if it's a week where I just don't feel like writing a lot, I'll take big stickers and I'll put them on. So these are big Mambi stickers from Happy Planner. And I even used this giant one there. And so you can see, once I put these on, I really didn't have to do much else. I don't have any other stickers on there. Well, a couple. I just put little bits of washi tape and then some box stickers, and I used colored pens. And even though I didn't use a lot of stickers, since the stickers are so big, it turns out looking really cute without having to do very much at all. Here's another example of that. It was just one week I didn't feel like writing. And so I just thought to myself, I'm going to put big stickers down. These are from a Happy Planner large sticker book. So pretty much my spread was taken care of already for me once I put those down. So as you can see, I do that quite a bit with these big stickers. And if you have the big Happy Planner, it's a lot easier, of course. Here's an example of when I printed out pictures of my pets and put them on here, and they're big as well. So I just made them big on purpose to take up a lot more space. While this is up here hanging on some washi tape like a shelf. There's Bumble and Almond. So it's a good way to celebrate your pets or your family or something, but also take up a lot of space, you know, on your planner spread. All I did then was take the colors of the pets and worked them into the spread. I wanted to use this as an example, but I never quite finished my spread. This was at a time in my life when I was in some pretty deep grief. This is my journal, so I tried to fill it out this week, and I obviously did not succeed, which is fine. But I wanted to show you this because this is a super easy example of something you can do in your planner without even using a lot of stickers. All I did was take some flower stickers, put them down, and then put box stickers down in the middle on each day. And that's it. I didn't have to do anything else except put a sticker in the sidebar. If I had used this throughout the week, I could have also written on the top and bottom, but I wouldn't have even had to because it's already so decorative. You could even take a colored pen and make the numbers at the top colored, or put a little bit of washi tape here and there, and it's already done for you. So I think that's a really good example of a quick spread you can make. I lost track of what number I'm on, so I'm just going to keep going. Who knows how many this will be. Here's something you can do, and actually this is on a monthly spread, but you could totally do this on a weekly spread as well. It's something that's easy, but it's a little time consuming. So basically you just find some stickers that are either all the same color or all the same theme or all florals or seasonal or whatever. And you're gonna cut them to fit around the outside of your spread. I do have one video on this. It was a long time ago. I think it was 2022. I did it for a patron, so I don't have that example. But you can see here, I even added bullet points in for confetti in those colors. And I think it turned out so cute. I didn't obviously use it, but you can do that on your regular spread. And there's even more room here and here, and you can go all the way around. And then if you cover the numbers at the top, you can always come back in and put number stickers or day of the week stickers right on top of the stickers that are up here. Or you don't have to. You know, you could just do the sidebar. And then once you're done that, you don't even have to do much to the middle at all. You could leave it blank. It's already going to be so decorative. Or you can add some box stickers in, a little bit of washi tape here and there, and call it a day. I just found this spread and I wanted to show you this as an example of the scrapbook paper thing and the sections. Do you guys remember the spread? If you have been watching me for a long time, you probably do. This is very old. I think it's 2020. And it was the chicken spread. Yeah. That was a fun one. Here's another fun example of a rainbow spread I just found. Isn't this cute? And some scrapbook paper. I'm finding so many examples now. So there you have it. Those are my easy planner spread ideas that you can try when you're feeling stuck or if you're a beginner. Let me know in the comments which one you're excited to try, or if you have a go-to spread formula of your own. I'd love to hear about it. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, and I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. That would help me out a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.